So today we're snooping in Mr. Varley's room and some other places, but at least that's where we're starting. We've got this very red clock I already mentioned last time, but yes, there's nothing we can do with it. There is a picture here that may be an indication of his faith. A devotional of Jesus Christ. Mr. Varley must be quite devout, or at least whoever decorated the room was, yes, because that could have been Mrs. Joyce, who is just like, yeah, you know, she wants her faith everywhere. And there we go. It's a combination. 37, 22, 34. So we will sneak into the manager's office later and see what's in his safe. What else does he have in here? Anything hidden in the bed? This must be Mr. Varley's bed. Okay, but nothing in there. In this trunk, just some blankets. In his nightstand, nothing in there. He's got a bookshelf. That might be, oh, research. I was like, oh, that's just probably his schedule. No, it's his research. A collection of notes on guest movements and interactions, mostly focused on Miss Deane. Where'd she go? Is written alongside them. It seems like Mr. Varley doesn't believe she left in the middle of the night after all. That seems like everything. Maybe best I move on. Okay, so this is telling me like, oh yeah, you've got everything in this room, which is interesting because it wasn't doing it in the guest rooms. But yes, is Mr. Varley the one that asked us to come? What's your books about? All sorts of books from cooking and housekeeping to an almanac from 10 years ago. Quite a collection to be sure, but there's nothing that stands out to me as useful here. He's reading something, but if it says book, then it's nothing interesting. Anything in those other wardrobes and drawers, anything in his coat. It's a little worn, but it seems like it would still keep the rain off. Okay, but that's nothing useful to us. Nothing in this other wardrobe as well. Okay, well, his room seems quite sparse then. Can we search this trunk under the bed? Nothing in it but dust and an old pencil. We can, but there's nothing in it, and there's just a bed frame here. Bed use. I'm sorry, what? How can we use this bed? With no bedclothes, I assume this is just being stored here while it's out of use. Yes. Yes, it's weird that sometimes it says use on things even though all you're gonna do is look at them. There's another trunk on the wardrobe. Sounds hollow. No need to pull it down. Okay, nothing, no extra secrets there. And why is this bin so purple? There is something in it. A torn piece of paper. I can see a sequence of symbols on it, but some are blotted out by spilled ink. More of the symbols for that combination we were seeing in the other room. The writing says, where can we get the money to keep going? Why can't I remember? And protect the poor lass. Lass, what lass? Where did my mind go? Yeah, so they're all having their memories obscured and that they would not remember Miss Deane. So from here we can still visit the women's dormitory if it's empty. Yes, it is empty. So we can enter. Oh no, we cannot enter because we don't have a key, because yes, there was a men's dormitory key, so there is a separate one. Well, we can go to Mr. Varley's office and then we can see what he's got in his safe and go from there. Pretty sure he's still by the door to the dining room, so we don't have to worry about him catching us there. We haven't been here since that very first night. I don't think anything's changed, weirdly enough. I would have thought he would have been here and done more things, but apparently not. So we can just go for the safe. It's 37, 22, 34. And what you have in here? Financial records. A lot of papers, mostly letters, invoices, accounts, and calculations, it seems. It doesn't look good. The manor seems to be on the brink of closure. It seems like the Marquess is betting everything on the Séance. He has even pulled all his wife's charitable efforts to focus the money here. A strange way to honor her legacy. But there's also a contract on top of it. A copy of Miss Montevani's contract for the Séance. For her week's work, she's been paid £3,000, with a further £2,000 to be paid should the Séance be a success. A staggering sum, even if nothing comes of the event. No wonder she has come here. Yes, so we're being paid 500, which was already sounding like a ton of money, like he was saying if he ran away just with the 300 pounds, that would see him through to the end of next year, right? So that would be over a year of his expenses. Thousands of pounds is therefore a huge amount of money at the time. But yes, we can now make a hypothesis about Mr. Varley. He was also investigating Miss Deane, but now I'm thinking he might be the one that tried to get us to find her then. Mr. Varley's goal is to... So he can expose, protect, stop, conceal. He's trying to save the manor, potentially. But what is he doing? Is he trying to expose or conceal? Conceal Miss Deane's disappearance to protect the manor from closure? I know what happened here.
Mr. Varley is covering up Miss Deane's disappearance. I should find and confront him about this.
Okay, so maybe he didn't call us here, because that would not conceal it, of course. Well, I don't think I even need to go find him, because I think I am magically able to summon him whenever I want to. Yeah, there he is.
May I be of service, Mr. Ward?
Oh, of course you can. I know your secrets. Your goal is to conceal Miss Deane's disappearance to protect the manor from closure.
Yes. I regret to say it, but you're right.
But that's interesting because I guess he forgot for a little bit, but then he remembered when I unsealed the room.
Do not get me wrong, I am concerned for Miss Deane, but I have done what I can and still cannot find her.
Sir, you have not done what you could.
Yeah, exactly. You could have called the police or something.
You hid her disappearance. If you'd alerted the police, then a proper search of this place could have been undertaken. Something may well have happened, or happened to her yet, because of your meddling.
You're right, of course.
Yes, I'm always right. I am the master of snooping and being right.
This place, this hotel, it's not just a business. For the staff, it is our home.
I guess back in the day, you just worked the one place. Like if you were staff somewhere, that was it. It wasn't quite job hopping as much as people do these days.
This seance, the Marquess's obsession, and the money spent. We need this event to go well, or we are homeless. And if Miss Deane's situation had gotten out, we would most assuredly be in trouble. But there might be another way, one that frees us from the fate of this seance. You see, there are rumors of treasure somewhere on the estate. A cachet of gold from the mid to late 1600s.
Oh, so now we're also searching for treasure. Treasure in a manor. Don't we just love that?
Grania, the wife of the original Marquess Edward Blake, she did not choose to be with him. She had hoarded a sum of money, intending to use it to escape her husband. She stabbed him in his sleep, but he awoke and managed to live long enough to kill her.
Okay then.
They died together, and the treasure has not since been found. If that's true, and that stash of gold is somewhere on the grounds, then finding it might just be enough to save the hotel. I've had no luck, obviously, but you might be able to find it.
Okay, so now we're looking for Miss Deane, Mr. O'Finn, whatever's going on with the mysterious god living on the grounds, and we're also looking for treasure.
It's certainly possible. If that will stop you from hindering this investigation, then I will see if I can help.
Do we just admit to him that we're investigating the place? I thought we were trying to hide this.
Take this. It was found in what remained of the lady's personal belongings, but I've never discovered what it unlocks. It's not much, but it's a start.
Ooh, what are we getting? Old rusty key. Oh, it might be for the catacombs, maybe. But then that would have been... Because Miss Deane was able to unlock the catacombs, so it feels like she would have had the key. Yeah, and that leads to a stash of gold. So maybe not the catacombs. I was just like, oh yeah, I still have that door. I guess we can try to research her, see if there's anything like details about her life and where she may have been hiding things. We'll have to see if the magic library has anything for us. Okay, so we just have the specific books here on the people we saw on the different pictures. I mean, there are more portraits we haven't inspected, right? Like this guy here. Inspecting more of them would bring us more books. Edward Blake. Looks every bit like Oliver Cromwell's bloodhound. How many innocents died so he could have his portrait? Okay, well that lets us read about Oliver Cromwell, but not about Edward Blake or his wife. Okay, well we have Blake history. We can look up Edward Blake. He was an Englishman serving in the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland by the then English Commonwealth. He was a notable figure among the English forces and was credited for his success by Cromwell himself, who awarded him a significant parcel of conquered land in Connaught. The Blakes have gone on to become significant figureheads in their community and have upheld their position for a few hundred years. Okay, well that doesn't really help. Obviously, if there's a key, there must be a keyhole. So this would fit somewhere, but I don't recall we've seen anything. Now I'm thinking, now that like mass has been on, I wonder if we can also investigate the church without anyone in it, just to see maybe there is extras to find. Because this key definitely doesn't like open any sort of just, oh yeah, door to the Blake residence or anything like that, right? Because that would be too obvious and Mr. Varley would know. So this is some sort of hidden door. Right? We're at the church and we can enter. And indeed no one's here. And we can snoop about, see if there is anything around. We've got the baptism font and votive stand. Know that Menis de Blake, who was baptized here, but has not seen use in many, many years. Yes, because they only have the one son, and then she died. The altar's cross look like it's made of gold. It might well be, I suppose. Yeah, well, couldn't you sell that for some money? Bible. The Bible written in English. It's open on 2 Corinthians 4:18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Okay, no like secret buttons on the altar or anything like that. Oh, how disappointing. I was hoping for more. Like we can look at candles and stuff. I'd best be careful not to knock this down. Yeah, better not set the place on fire. Let's check between the seats for like a bit of something. Maybe someone dropped a thing. Seems like there's just nothing here. And that's very disappointing. What's a church without a secret passage somewhere? Well, we can look around the graveyard some more as well. Oh, look who's here, Mr. Coventry. So we could question him some more about the various suspicious things we found.
Mr. Ward, how are you?
No, how are you, sir? Yeah, so that wife you say you have but don't actually have. Tell me more about it. Your wife. Would you have a picture I could see? Ah, those are in my room. I'll remember to take one when I'm next there, to show you later on. No, you're not, because there aren't any. Why are you painting, Miss Deane? This is a fine location, is it not? I only wish I knew how to capture it. Do you paint, sir? In fact, I do. It helps keep my hands steady, which is useful for work. Have you painted much while here? Not as much as I hoped. There is so much happening that I'm not left with the energy. Or have you painted? A landscape? Ah, I couldn't say, sir. It is work that was done in confidence. Oh, a commission. Something of the sort. But I couldn't say anymore. It wouldn't be gentlemanly. Okay, he doesn't want to admit what he's been doing. We can't talk to him more right now because of the hour
Good
thing.
day, sir. And to you.
But maybe he will still be here after 2. If not, I may be able to know where he is. Yes, the delivery is finishing, but we're waiting for them to leave instead of... he's gone away.
The basement soon. It seems a large space, and leaving it much longer could mean that I run out of time before the seance begins.
Yeah, but I only really got mostly the bits that they're blocking left, other than the laundry room where I still have to find something. Do I know where Mr. Coventry has gone? Mr. Offin's schedule is just he's missing. That's what he's busy with. Okay, it doesn't say where he's gone after being here. Well, I'm sure I'll find him later. Now, like, are there symbols on the graves that could tell us something about something, right? Because if we look here, like this one's broken and facing down so we can't see, but after that we get a skull with wings, an Ouroboros, 2 hands shaking, and then a cross above, and then a different sort of cross. So is this something we need to pay attention to? As those symbols where we can see them somewhere else? Okay, there is this something that looks like a path into here, but we can't actually go in. It is invisible collision. Because I was like, oh, maybe there's something over there, but apparently no, we cannot look at it. Okay, here as well we have graves with symbols, so it might not be anything special there. It might just be for decoration then. And I'm just trying to read into things. Because yeah, there's more and they repeat, so it looked like something might be nothing. But if I see anything that requires symbols for a code like that, then of course I will know where to come for further reference. I guess I can still check out the laundry and see what I missed there that the game is telling me to search further. Back in the laundry room, there was this apron I didn't check. Cleaning engines. Okay, but the chemical bench was added to the basement evidence, but that still doesn't make the search the laundry complete. Okay, so other than the chemical bench, nothing here seems to have triggered any additional information. I don't know whether it's because I haven't inspected every single towel, or is there something that happens later, or am I missing something that's very well hidden somehow. But yes, I just seem to be unable to do whatever action is required right now to make the search the laundry complete, and especially that for the other basement rooms he would specifically say, oh, that's everything now, I should leave. But here he hasn't said it yet. But if it depends on me checking every single stack of towels in this room, then I would be a bit annoyed. Oh, so pressing on the entertainment schedule still gives me an observation screen, even though we've already checked out the entertainment schedule quite early on. Yes, the masked ball, the sooner I can forget about it, the better. This evening there's a silent dinner at 8 p.m. in the dining room, and then there's the grand seance, and the talk. So it actually just says all observations are discovered as well, so this isn't anything new. Here I thought that maybe it would have triggered something else, but no, that's not what we're looking for. But at this point I'm just like trying to be thorough with the investigation of the room, and if it says I haven't finished, then I'm trying to make sure there is nothing else, but I just can't see it. I'm sure someone is yelling at the screen about where I missed a thing with the stuff. I apologize. If it's important, I'm sure I will be forced to come back to it later to solve some mystery, but I just cannot see it now. And with that, what else is there to do right now? Because we need the delivery to finish to unlock the final bit of the basement. Unless we can figure out where does this old rusty key for treasure goes. If it's an old rusty key, we also have to consider that it would be in older parts of the manor, right? Because we know it's been likely changed and extended and all that sort of stuff. So it would be somewhere potentially in the private residence, or maybe the catacombs, someplace like that. Oh, the staff are chit-chatting in the ballroom. Let's have a listen.
Teaching me magic too. She's teaching you what? That little witch.
Of course, Mrs. Joyce is not happy.
Lord bless and protect me. If I had known Miss Deane was a bride of Satan and corrupting you too, I should have done things differently.
What did you have to do with her then?
It's only magic. To give me a better way in life. Saoirse Murphy, you stay your tongue. After all the Marquess did in letting you stay, you bring that into the house.
Me? He's the one who brought it. He and his friend. We had no say. I'm just making the best of it.
He and his friend. Who's his friend?
The Marquess did nothing for me, but let my child be taken, which I could have stopped. If I knew half of what these people know.
That's the devil tempting you, child.
More than the Lord's ever done for me.
Yeah, that's quite shocking for her. She's learning magic. Can we speak to her more about it? Because obviously we've already figured out the fact that she's had a child and it was taken away because she's not married and all that stuff. But the evidence of that has been scattered and we've not been able to really dig into it.
Sir?
Obviously, if we search the quarters where she says we may get more, but once again, we don't have a key. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the learning magic was really added to our conversation options. I guess it was just added to her mystery for now. So I guess not yet. After we've searched her room, I assume is when this is going to happen. Well, the reason I was here is because I was going to go to the catacombs, check them out again, see if there was anything I missed, especially now that I have a map. Oh, Father Scarrett is in here in one of the locked cells? How did he get in there? But yes, now I have a map. There's a few places that are open and stuff like that. So just wanna confirm that there's nothing here. Maybe there's somewhere I can put that little key into. Because it says it's locked, but that's the one that's actually not locked. But unfortunately, it isn't part of the game to ask them, hey, what are you doing in here, right?
Father Sinnott, are you lost?
Oh, apparently in this case, it does actually trigger something where it's like, hey, why are you in here?
Play coy with me, child. I saw you come this way last night during the ball. Did you find it? A secret way further down.
No. I came here following somebody myself. I didn't know of it before. What are you looking for? A way further down to what?
This is not the only secret buried beneath these grounds.
So, would you like to talk about the catacombs? Because you're interested? I found this map of the catacombs underneath the manor. Did you know? Might I see it? It seems self-contained, only two entrances, both that connect to the greater grounds. No hidden ways out of there. I had hoped one path at least led to a wider complex. Thank you for showing me this, child. Oh yeah, we have the correspondence between him and Mr. Doyle, so we can ask about that. Do you know Mr. Doyle? Outside of this event, this place? What an odd question. What makes you ask that, I wonder? Sigh. Seamus was a part of my flock. He came here for work and eventually removed himself from the church. And so our correspondence slowed, then stopped. It is his life, his choice. Well, it might not entirely be his choice, right? Because it seems like his brain is being clouded. Interested in the catacombs? What brought you to the catacombs? I suppose you have me over the proverbial barrel. You might think this is very strange, Mr. Ward. I am searching for something. An entity called an Ian. Though you might think of it as an angel of sorts, I believe one resides here on the grounds. I am hoping this catacombs will lead me to it. Okay, so he admits it a bit more now, but not enough to advance his situation quite yet. I assume it's gonna be to do with Seamus as well. When I talk about the ball, were you at the ball last night, Father? Pretty sure he was, because I recognized him there speaking. I was. I assume you two ingested whatever we were given. I did, but not knowingly. You may save your confessions. You saw then. The pretense was dropped. We saw through this black iron prison and saw reality for the hell it really is. Would that they understood what they've witnessed, then we could all turn off our efforts to freeing ourselves. Alas for them, it was all party games, and so they remain lost. Okay, so he takes it as he was able to see the truth according to his faith, but I don't think that's where we're going here. Okay, well,
Take my leave, Father.
Find him. He
Go with God, my child.
did add us some advancement to his mystery board. I'm not sure if it's required as such, because I think the main thing will be him and Seamus, but again, Seamus is unavailable to us until the delivery's finished. So there is also supposedly unlocked guard room, but I'm not sure we're able to enter that corridor. Ah yes, there we are. So I haven't been here, but it doesn't look as if there is anything in here for us to inspect. So that's disappointing. And then we have cell 9 and cell 7. Excuse me. Who are you? Okay, so they're in cell 9, but we can't go through here. We have to go around. Spooky. Ah, there is a door with the symbol here. So it's not the same as the one in relation to Miss Deane, but that means, yes, we can unlock this door. Mr. Varley's key bears a symbol that matches the one on this door. I wonder. Yes, it opens. So this was worthy a trip. Well, or at least it seemed like it was. We opened the door and there is a chest. It's weird that Mr. Varley never just like came down here and checked. Does he not know this is here? Treasure. It's full of gold. The chest packed tightly with jewelry and other valuables. No doubt Mr. Varley will want to see this. Did I just pick it up and I'm like, I got treasure, look at me, treasure. Well, Mr. Varley, where are you? I've got things to show you. Well, luckily for us, he's just hanging out here on the balcony. I mean, we can just summon him to the desk, but look at me, I got treasure.
May I be of service, Mr. Ward?
Treasure.
Mr. Varley, it appears you were right about that lost cash.
Let's discuss this further in my office.
Am I gonna get a cut of this treasure? Is it real? Is it fake?
Can't believe it. I'd hoped it really existed, of course, but I owe you a great debt, Mr. Ward.
10%? 20?
I wouldn't want to put another one on you. I think you've had your fair share. I believe you've been given the blessings of the woman who hid the money too. I think now you just need to put it to good use.
I most certainly will. Thank you, sincerely.
And, Mr. Varley?
Sir?
Never risk another guest's life. Not for any reason. Because I will find out. And I will have this place shut down.
Understood.
Well. So we basically saved the whole manor.
Now, if you would excuse me, I have plans to make. Perhaps I best work while the séance happens, to take advantage of the Marquess being distracted. Everything should be in order already anyway.
But we still have to make sure everyone doesn't die because of the séance, because then what's the money for? Yes, he's not attending the séance because he's gonna be busy. Has received the treasure hidden in the manor's catacombs and may now use it to save the hotel from closure. And so with that, another mystery is solved. And so we just have a few more guests left and obviously the main event, the main situation to resolve. But I think my progress now basically hinges on me having access to Mr. Hunter and Seamus as well, which is not going to happen until 3 o'clock arrives. And I'm not even sure where to snoop in the meantime. Like, one of the things we can do is that for every person we have already convinced to not go to the séance, we have a specific conversation unlocked to discuss what's next for them, that kind of stuff. But I've not been doing it because I was like, oh, I'll just save it for later or something like that. So I don't know if I want to spend time on it now, or do I just basically skip to 3 o'clock and get more mysteries and more snooping done, because honestly that sounds way more interesting than just asking people what they're gonna be doing with their lives after this. So I think now I may just skip to 3 o'clock, because I just feel like my progress is blocked by the fact that I can't speak to Darragh or Seamus, and I'm not quite sure where else to snoop right now that would bring us any considerable advancement. Like, yes, I need to speak to Mr. Coventry more, but he's not available right now. I looked, I checked, I have his schedule, he's not showing anywhere, so I don't think I will be able to talk to him now. So let's just skip basically almost the entire hour and see what happens. Just wait till the next hour. So there is a talk on Irish mythology, but I'm not even sure I care. Yes, the talks are nice for the lore and all that, and I guess for completion I should include it in the video. but I'm honestly most interested in just getting everyone's mysteries and snooping done. Marquez is standing around here staring at the device, but I don't think that's gonna let us talk to him all that much. I mean, I think we can just specifically ask him about the device, see what he says while he's here. Yeah, any thoughts about this device? Because, like, it feels like you're the only person worth asking. What can you tell me about this strange device in the atrium? The gauge? It was built for this event. It's a measure of our collective psychic energy, a measure of how ready we are to pierce the veil, and thus a predictor of the seance success. It was full when I arrived, but that is no longer the case. Will that impact things? I cannot say for certain, but a fuller reading would be preferable. I'm sure Miss Mantovani will overcome any obstacle she encounters, however. Okay, so...
Excuse me, Marquess.
Of course.
So this was measuring how ready we are to pierce the veil, and we know that when we failed at the very start, because I was trying to see if that was an option, it said everyone died. So yeah, I wonder if there's different endings if we, for example, didn't do any mysteries and let everyone attend the seance and then just see what happens there if we also get there. And basically the outcomes are gonna change depending on the state of this device, or is there just one ending? Like, does the game force you into an ending anyway? I guess we'll see, and I guess if I'm curious, I could just run a save where I just skip all the hours and get to the end and see what happens. Okay, let's do the talk.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Rory Callahan, and I'm pleased to see you all here. I'd like to give my thanks, first of all, to you good people for attending this talk of mine, and to the Marquess for inviting me to speak. I'm going to talk to you today about the mythology of Ireland, the generations of mythical figures that were said to walk this land before us, and the story of our forefathers, as legend tells it, and how they secured our place here on this small part of the planet that we call home. It'll help you to understand that there are 4 cycles in Irish mythology. First, there's the mythological cycle. It concerns the most ancient reaches of our mythology, a time when a godlike race, the Tuatha Dé Danann, they shared this land with the Aeshe, or the fair folk, on which my aunt has already spoken to you. Secondly, there is the Ulster cycle, which took place around the birth of Christ. It mostly concerns the warfare of the regional kingdoms that made up what we now know as Ireland. The third cycle is the Fenian cycle, which focuses less on gods and their ilk, or even royalty. It concerns itself with the exploits of hunters and bards, especially the Fianna, led by the hero Fionn McCool. And finally, there is the fourth cycle, the cycle of kings. This cycle, as you may guess, tells the story of the kings of Ireland, often with a moral to their story about the qualities that are desirable or undesirable in a king. Even after the first cycle, where they're seen most often, the Tuatha Dé Danann occur in many tales throughout Irish mythology. They're not gods in the Christian sense. They do not have the same level of power, nor are they all-knowing. Rather, they're more akin to the gods found in ancient Greece or Rome. They are understood to have dominion over certain aspects of life, yes. But they were also understood to exist in a form possible for mortals to encounter, and bound by degrees of the practical nature that this implies. Their plans, as we find in these myths, can be waylaid or circumvented by wily heroes. Indeed, many is the god that has died at human hands, or close enough to how we see death for it to be functionally the same in our eyes. Which brings me to the Milesians. The Milesians, our ancestors, at least for those Irish in the room, did not start their story in Ireland, but were a group of people who had travelled the earth for many hundreds of years. They came from Iberia, first led by a man named Each, who met with the 3 High Kings of Ireland, members of the Tuatha Dé Danann. He also met his end in Ireland, though the myths do not agree as to who or what killed him. Regardless, descendants of his brother's line, the 3 brothers, Amergin, Eramon, and Eberfin, would later come to Ireland seeking the vengeance for Eoch's death. To do so, their forces travelled to the royal capital of Ireland to confront the kings he held responsible for their uncle's demise. The Milesians and the High Kings negotiated a truce, in which the Milesians would stay 3 days anchored offshore in their fleet. But it was a trick. The Tuatha Dé Danann conjured a storm to wreck their foe's fleet. However, Amergin was a legendary poet and calmed the winds with magical verse. Those ships that outlasted the storms took again to land, and after great wars were waged, the survivors negotiated their peace. When offered half the land, the Milesians agreed, and cunningly took the upper half, relegating the Tuatha De Danann to the other world below. The land above was divided by Amergin between his brothers, giving the north to Erin and the south to Eberfin. They became the new High Kings of Ireland, then known in the Irish tongue as Era, in tribute to one of the sovereignty goddesses of old. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope this gives you an understanding of where we've come from, of the kind of people we are. A people who cannot be wiped out, who can overcome any force and the tricks they may use. A people who will not stop until this land is theirs once more.
So that's the lore drop for today. And yes, we are going to be the hero that appends some god's plan this time. Mr. Coventry is here so we can finish our conversation before I go catch up with Mr. Hunter. Yeah, you wanna tell me about your will where you're leaving everything to Walter Blake, the young master, Walter Blake. Do you know much of the lad? Well, not a whole lot. He was in a carriage accident some years back, the one his mother died in. I gather it left the boy scarred both mentally and physically. He doesn't come out when the hotel has guests. I relate to him in a way. I lost my mother when I was young too. So at least he is not entirely alone. One couldn't be too lonely, I suppose, in a large house surrounded by stuff. Yeah, we need to talk to Master Blake, but that requires more steps. And we can talk about the sleeping pills. I find I just cannot sleep well here. I hope you are faring better. Well, I have pills that help with that sort of thing. I'd wager I could fall asleep on a battlefield once I've taken them. Nothing, not even dreams get through. Or at least I certainly don't recall anything in the morning. Okay, so he's not affected by the dreams.
Good day, sir.
And to you.
So his mystery, I guess it's locked behind speaking more to the Blakes and especially Walter, which we haven't even gained access to. But we can also ask the Marquess about Mr. Coventry's will. Since you're hanging out here, I shall make use of it. What about this will that Mr. Coventry has? Did you know that Mr. Coventry has left all of his earthly possession to Walter in his will? Has he? How unusual. I suppose he has no children of his own. He must have taken a shine to the boy. Still. Okay, so you know nothing about this. Do you know about the poor finances of your hotel? An event like this must be a real boost to the hotel income. One hopes. But this is about more than profit, Mr. Ward. Money unrecovered is still money when spent. So he is just very, whatever, money I have.
Excuse me, Marquess Blake.
Of course.
More important worries. Well, Mr. Hunter is now at the stables, so we can confront him at least. Finally, we can speak. Your goal is to bind Miss Deane to protect Miss MacLeod from harm.
That's about it. This whole event is bad news. That Deane woman is worse. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Ivy, you know. A spell to keep her safe is nothing at all. And it's not like it'll do Miss Deane any harm. I've no interest in that. Not once Ivy is fine and well. But there's only so much I can do. If you're looking into everyone's business, look, you make sure Ivy is safe again and I'll break my charm. You have my word. Just make sure whatever effect is being put on Ivy is lifted, and I'll lift mine on Miss Deane.
Yeah, well, it has nothing to do with Miss Deane, so I have to get Victoria to stop her schemes.
If Miss Deane has bound Ivy's vision in some way, then she'll have to have put the components for it somewhere. That's how binding works. Same as with my charm and the chimney. I took this key from her one day, when she was out horse riding. It looks like it belongs to the manor, but I don't recognize it.
Oh, it's from the catacombs.
I might unlock something in those catacombs you mentioned.
Did I?
You'll
I guess I
have better
did.
luck than me, I'd wager.
Okay, well now we can use the key in the catacombs, and that will hopefully let us resolve the situation with Ivy and Victoria as well. So now we're looking for cell 7, which is the door that was locked. So we can now enter. According to Miss Lau's map, Miss Deane's materials should be hidden at the far edge of the cell. There's nothing visible to the naked eye at least, but maybe if I feel my way around the wall. Okay, well, Where's Deane's stash? A loose brick, and there's something inside. This must be what Mrs. Lau is after. What a place to hide it. Okay, and so now we're in possession of the blackmail envelope. Apparently we shan't be opening it, so we don't get to see what exactly she got on them. But we can just run. I was saying we can just run to go show them, but I don't actually have any information about where they are right now. I'm gonna check the library because they are often there. But if they're not there right now, then I may need to wait for them to reappear. They are not here. Various other people are, but they are not. I can check the rooms, see if they're there. Okay, so if I check Mrs. Lau's room, it says it sounds like there's someone in there. I'm gonna try something I haven't yet done in the game because I assumed it was just going to end badly, which is that I'm going to enter her room. I have saved the game and see what happens.
What's this? What are you doing here? You had best leave immediately. In fact, come with me. I'm going to get the manager.
Okay, so she got upset even though we're here with what she wanted us to find. And we failed. We were evicted from Blake Manor, but as a result of my action, 13 of the people in the manor survived this. So at least we know we're making progress towards everyone not dying. But that confirms that we cannot resolve this mystery until she leaves her room again and is available to us somewhere else. But that also means now we will be able to research the rest of the basement, so hopefully we'll have things to occupy ourselves with while we wait for her to be available. Let me know in the comments what you think about our treasure find and other developments, and if you enjoy the content, consider liking or subscribing. Thank you to channel members for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon on another adventure.